It's always been a little sad for me with Joe that I get the lick, but I don't get that full-time friend. But there is no song that I ever wrote that there isn't a Joe Perry line in there.
I think that probably 50% we listen to each other. You know, and then the rest of it's like, you know, what's he really trying to say, and how much of that's ego, and it's that family stuff, you know what I mean? But he's got really good intuition, and a lot of times, I hate to admit it, but he's right.
Aerosmith was built on licks and a promise, and suddenly things were gelling with the band. It was 1975, and with 2 records already behind them, they were about to release Toys in the Attic, an album that would eventually sell 6 million copies and make them the rock and roll stars they longed to be. The intense writing partnership between Tyler and Perry was clicking on all levels.
He would give me a cassette full of all these riffs, and I'd listen to them, and I'd get so stoned. And I would let the music do the talking to me to tell me what lyrics to sing.
Toys in the Attic was loaded with killer songs that have never gone away, including the classic Sweet Emotion and the undeniable Walk This Way, a funky rock masterpiece that was almost lost in the haze.
I arrive at the studio, everyone's out of their gourd on blow and drinking and Jack Daniels, and it's my night for singing. And I go over and get my stuff, and I realize I left all the lyrics to the album in the cab. Gone. I freaked out, took the elevator upstairs. Everybody had left, so I knew if I was going, "You got a bizzle, that's so lovely," if I didn't, no one would hear me, so I wouldn't be embarrassed. Put the headphones on, started singing, came up with these great lyrics, realized I left my notepad downstairs, but I had the pencil. So I wrote all the lyrics out on the wall.
The 70s were a time of great highs for Aerosmith, musically and chemically. Drugs were a part of the Aerosmith story from the beginning, fueling the music for a time, but eventually fueling every tour and recording session they would do.
It's hard to talk about drugs and not, after 15 years of sobriety, realize that it did. I mean, look, come on, it did play some good. When you're writing songs, you want to get out of your own mind and go into some other place. It always helped a little bit.
It was the times back then to push the limit in the mid to late 70s. I mean, everybody was like staying up for 2 or 3 nights. Well, all the people we knew, anyway.
Thank you, good night!
By the time Aerosmith released Rocks, they were atop the hard rock heap, the #1 American rock and roll band, selling millions and selling out arenas. It seemed that they couldn't get any higher, but with their constant tour schedule, they sure as hell tried.
We got high so much, we took it so as professionally as we could. It was a way of life for us. You know, on one hand, you know, the cocaine made us, our army march forward and tour all those times, but look what it did to the band.
One of the reasons why I think that the band ended up in the straits we were back then was because we would know there was a huge gig coming, and yet we would stay up all night and see just how far we could push it. And after that, it was pretty much downhill.
And in the years to come, the downhill slide into drug dependency and internal dissension would begin to destroy Aerosmith's band of brothers. But who and what would be left in their wake?